You see here, hi guys and gals. Well, another lunch vlog. It's been a big morning, but there's a few interesting things that happened actually this morning. I just thought I'd vlog over lunch anyway and give something to chat about. First thing was yesterday I was finishing a story, well actually a book, the last one that's in print of the Louise Penny novels about an inspector, and something came in that really touched me at the end of the last novel, which I'm now really waiting for the next one. Is that a friend, a good friend, had been influenced in a way by somebody really mean and perfidious that basically turned a friend against another, and all the hurt, the doubt, and everything that remains. That really touched me. I found reading. I always like reading her novels. I like this one, but that was a weight. That was a weight on me actually reading this bit, and yeah. So that was one thing. And then having said that, I was thinking about that, and then moving on and thinking about the faith that some people manage to keep in others, even in certain situations like that, where you feel extremely betrayed. It was something. Now, as I was walking home, I saw an old couple that I've been seeing a lot lately, and again, it kind of showed me what faithfulness in that respect was. The old lady, and I say old, but actually I would probably say, looking at them, they were not ancient, put it that way. They were probably probably in their mid-70s, I would have said, something like that. So like I say, not ancient, but still past retirement age, at least, by far. And so the old lady was in a wheelchair. There was something that wasn't quite. There's something that wasn't quite right. I mean, she just wasn't in a wheelchair. And like I said, I've been seeing them a lot since the beginning of summer. And then I also noticed that she had always these stuffed animals with her. Well, finally, to put things short, I mean, she probably was affected with Alzheimer's or some type of senile dementia. But what came out mostly was the tenderness and the affection that came out between her husband and herself. He was always, I could see, saying little words, talking in her ear, touching her, caressing her, and sometimes you would see. I mean, there were some days I could see nothing seemed to be happening. Other times she'd look and she'd smile, and I'd pass by, I'd say hello, and there was this smile on the man's face, and there was something more than that. It was like a bit of pride. He was happy to. It's as if he was like happy to show that he was with his loved one. And I've seen that many times this summer. I've never filmed them, of course. That would be, violating their intimacy. But yeah, I mean, I was extremely touched by the emotions that you could see that were streaming between the two of them. Something really lovely, really. Then this morning, I was walking along, and I don't know if any of you follow the news about a big train crash that there was in Spain. Was it last week on the same going towards Compostela, which is the St. James way. It's called Saint Jacques de Compostelle, which was a pilgrim's walk that basically brought you all the way from Europe into that part of Spain. Could it be Galicia? Not quite certain anymore. Now, I was walking this morning towards work, and I walked through a park. There was this lady, I'd say around 60. Later on, she told me that was right. That she was early retired, as she told me. She had a backpack on the bench beside her and 2 walking sticks. And she was just sitting there, so I walked along. I said hello, as people do over here. And then she asked me, "Can I ask you a question?" And I said yes. And she was actually doing the pilgrimage walk. Now you're saying, I just talked about Spain and we're in Switzerland. Yeah, that pilgrimage walk starts from somewhere, I think, in Germany and goes all the way through Switzerland and then into France and then into Spain somehow. So she was doing at least part of it here, and she had left Germany several days ago, and she got lost in our town. Well, she took her wrong, so we talked along quite a bit. I knew where she had to go, and so we looked at maps, descriptions together. And I could bring her actually just to the entrance of the forest, which is the one I'm in now, which is part of the St. James Way to Compostela. And then she said something funny to me. She said, "You were the guardian angel I was waiting for this morning." Yeah, that's kind of fun. But we did get chatting about different things, and this lady was traveling alone, and I asked her, I said, aren't worried traveling alone? She says, "Well, my husband doesn't like to do long walks, and we each do have our hobbies, and this is now my alone time, so to say." So that was an interesting fact, and but I could see she wasn't saying that in any way like to diminish her husband, but each one had their own sphere. And of course it got me to thinking about the fusional emotion that I had seen the day before, and what seemed like real affection, but still each one maintaining their independence. Two ways of looking, I guess, at how a couple functions. It's quite interesting. Anyway, so in a few days, talking about couples, in a few days is Mrs. DC's birthday. We have a day off tomorrow, the 1st of August, because it's the Swiss national holiday, and Mrs. DC's birthday is on the 2nd. We'll probably be making our meal a bit early because everybody has like days off on the 1st, so it makes it easier. Is that about it? I guess so. I can hear some people coming along, and yeah, I think I've spoken enough, so it was kind of a different lunch vlog. Guardian angel. Is that what I am now? Okay, DC signing off. Take care and have a good weekend. Well, I'll be talking to you before then. Okay, bye-bye.